So in regards to the quality and the value of a lab-grown diamond compared to a traditional diamond, you could find exactly what you're looking for quality and value in the lab-grown diamond in compared to the traditional, correct?
Yeah, which is 10% of the retail value.
Which is crazy, because that could be, from that perspective, when you're looking at a larger diamond, it could be tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in savings.
Yeah, big time.
Wow. Yeah, that's really interesting to me, because, I mean, you're saving $150,000 in some cases, which is an insane amount of money. But for the value that you're getting, as long as you're getting the correct lab-grown diamond, you're able to really ensure that you're getting the best quality, and I mean, it's lab-grown.
Yeah, well, in my head, if you're not getting a lab-grown diamond that looks identical to a natural diamond, then you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money.
Yeah, of course.
Then rather go for a CZ or a moissanite, which looks pretty similar, but if you're going to get the lab diamond, get the right one.
Because lab-grown diamonds are really, I would say, newer. They're probably the newer trend within the diamond industry over the last probably 5 years. Even though you've said that you kind of, I mean, the transition of lab diamonds have come from the 80s, more or less. But I've started to hear them probably within the recent decade. What are the biggest myths and misconceptions that you hear from, really the jewelry stores, or from just being in the market more aggressively from the consumer end?
Basically, a lot of people would say it's fake. It's a fake diamond.
Yeah.
And the reality is, it's not a fake diamond. It's a diamond. It's exact same properties as a natural diamond that you would get in the ground. The only difference is it's made in a lab. That's really it.
Okay. So the same composition, really. And like you said before, it still takes a lot of pressure. It still takes a lot of process to create that. And then it could be basically identical.
Yeah, it takes about 30 days to grow. And then once it's grown, then it's cut. And it's cut the exact same way that a natural diamond is cut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, then it gets sent to GIA or other labs for certification. And then it's ready to be sold either as a loose diamond, lab diamond, or people put it in rings and bracelets and necklaces. Yeah, different settings.
Okay. So when someone comes to you and they say, hey, I want a diamond XYZ, and there's a great alternative to a lab diamond or a traditional diamond, and it being that lab diamond, how do you kind of interact with the consumer from their perspective if they have these beliefs that it's a fake diamond? What do you say, and how do you go about kind of educating them in that process?
Well, I think sophisticated buyers do actually believe that a lab diamond is actual diamond, because that's how it's marketed, has been marketed for the last couple of years. So I'll give you an example. About 2 months ago, I got a referral from a very good friend of mine, and he is a very wealthy guy, and he said to me his budget is $50,000, and he wants about a 3-carat diamond, and he wants a radiant cut. And I said to him, okay, so do you want me to look for it now? He said, no, not right now. I just want to confirm. I just want to make sure that my girlfriend wants the radiant and the 3-carat. So a month later, I didn't hear from him for a month. A month later, he called me. He said, Gary, I'm ready. We know exactly what we want now. We want, which is ready, she wants a 6-carat diamond radiant cut.
It's a big jump, 3 to 6.
Yeah, and his budget was $50,000. So now I said to him, okay, well, the budget's got to go up. How much can you? What's the most you can spend? So he said, I'll spend up to $90,000, but it has to be spectacular. So I said to him, well, did you look around and see what you can get for $90,000? And he said, yes, I can get an eye color, which is pretty low in color if you're going to spend $90,000.
Yeah.
He found an eye like SR1. It's got a little bit of imperfections. The shapes weren't that great. So when you buy a fancy shape, which is a radiant, you want to buy something with, which I like the most, is a 1.3 ratio. That makes it look rectangular, but not too rectangular where it looks long.
Okay.
And he found some at jewelers, and they were around 90,000, but it was eye color. It was nothing special. So I could find him the same thing for 70,000 or 65,000. So I said to him, do you want me to look to tell you what I can find for you? And he said, well, really, I don't know if I want to spend $90,000 right now. I'm a wealthy guy, but we haven't even got married yet. We've got to buy a house. We're going to have kids. And I just don't know if it's the right thing to drop 90 grand and even more, maybe 120 grand, because I'm not happy with the eye color. So I said to him, have you ever considered lab diamonds? And he said, well, I'm interested to know about them. How much would a lab diamond be? So I said to him, well, you wouldn't have to go for an eye color. You could go for a DEF color, and you can go for a VS stone, which is much cleaner, and I'll charge you 10 cents, compared to the retail, 10% of the retail. And he said, what would that be? So I told him that there's this thing called RapNet. It's where all the jewelers and the wholesalers look on to see diamonds all over the country at a wholesale level. And I had a look, and I found a 5.5 carat radiant that was a FVS1, and the retail value was $300,000. So I said to him, I can sell you the exact same stone, the exact same diamond, identical to that diamond. Sorry, that's my phone. Identical to that natural diamond. The only difference is it's lab, and I can sell it to you for a little over $30,000.
Wow.
And he was blown away. He was like, but Gary, are you sure it's going to look identical? And I said to him, what I'll do is, when I get it in, because we get them from the dealers in the States, but the best ones are from overseas. And I said, I'll get them in. You'll send me 40 grand or 50 grand, and I'll send you the two stones, and I'll set them in rings. Because I got three lab diamonds, and all of them were CVD, which is the best, most purest way to make the lab diamond.
Yep.
So he sent me the 50 grand, and I sent them over to him, and he was blown away. He was like, oh my God, we've taken it to stores, we've looked at natural ones, and they look identical, if not better.
Can you tell?
Yeah, so he said, Gary, I'm so excited. I just want you to change the ring a little bit, because I just put it in a standard ring. So he wanted a halo at the bottom. He wanted more diamonds at the bottom. He just wanted like so many diamonds all around the ring. So he sent it back to me, and so I charged him $33,500. I sent him back his $6,500, and made the ring. First sent him a CAD. We always send a CAD drawing just to make sure that that the ring looks exactly how they want it to look. And I sent it to him, and he's the happiest guy in the world. He saved a bunch of money.
Yeah.
He didn't have to spend 90 or 100 or 120 grand on a diamond that wasn't even going to look that great. And now he's a believer. And that happens a lot. And so that just keeps making me more confident to offer lab diamonds just as a secondary thought. Because if a person has a budget of $40,000 and they want a 4-carat diamond, what I do is I show them what their money will buy for a 4-carat natural diamond, but then I also show them what their money can buy for a 4-carat lab-grown diamond that's CVD made.
Which is amazing quality.
Yeah, and once again, it's like 10 cents on the retail. So if I were to sell him a $40,000 stone, retail on that is 80 grand plus. So for a 4-carat diamond, I could sell it to him for 8 grand, 12 grand, with the setting. And not only is he saving a bunch of money, but he's getting a far better stone.
Yeah.